Good, happy Wednesday morning, May 4th, 2022. I'm Riley King. Welcome to this Wednesday morning edition of your morning news update right here on the Riley King Radio Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Wednesday morning, so let's get started right now with your morning news update. First up, FirstNet gives update in Durham on decade-long project. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Kathleen's dead. You're calling this whole thing a crime scene. Some filmmakers are going to be making a documentary. Don't tell me what to do.
You are playing me.
So it's a decades-long project to expand broadband access and create a reliable communications channel for first responders during a mass emergency. Construction of FirstNet got underway about 5 years ago in New Hampshire. Today, the leadership of this nationwide public-private partnership met in Durham on the UNH campus. So far, 180 New Hampshire cities and towns have been added to the FirstNet coverage.
And we put 63 cell towers up that no carrier would build to before because they were in rural areas, mountainous areas.
Congratulating FirstNet's efforts, Governor Chris Sununu noted that you can now take a cell phone call all the way along Route 9 into Keene, something that was not possible just a few years ago.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Missing Fisherman found in Monroe. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Tonight, the body of a missing fisherman has been found nearly a month after he fell into the Connecticut River near Monroe. 31-year-old Jonathan Sikowski was fishing with 3 others in April on the 6th when their boat started to float away. He fell into the water while trying to stop the boat, but they never came back up. Today, conservation officers recovered his body 2.5 miles downriver. Sikowski's death has been ruled a drowning.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. As COVID-19 cases rise, health experts say to keep personal risk in mind. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Health experts in the Granite State reporting a resurgence in cases and increased hospitalizations. They say among those most at risk, people infected early who didn't follow up with vaccines.
We probably are only capturing the tip of the iceberg in that many who are testing positive are doing so on home-based tests.
Dr. Michael Calderwood, Chief Quality Officer for Dartmouth Health, does give some good news. He says hospitalizations in New Hampshire are not rocketing as high as this fall and winter, and neither are deaths. Right now, the doctor says we're seeing lineages of the highly transmissible Omicron variant. Health experts say in most cases, symptoms are less severe.
On the flip side, learning from what we've been through over the last 2 years, that hospitalizations, ICU admissions, and then deaths are lagging indicators. So first we see the cases go up, and then often 2, 3, 4 weeks down the road, we could see hospitalizations and deaths start to go up.
ABC's chief medical correspondent, Jen Ashton, tells News 9 people have different levels of immunity. It could be from natural infection or vaccination. When it comes to events like graduation and prom, experts say it's about balance.
It's so important that they are able to enjoy these milestones of their life. And so, again, it's not about an all or none situation here. You want to make sure that, they're as safe as possible, but let them live.
And if you're going to one of those higher risk events like a graduation, like a wedding, like a prom, experts do recommend you get tested 3 to 5 days later. Live in Manchester, Grace Finerman, WMUR News.
Siggy Skier.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Christian Kelly sworn in as new Guilford police chief. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
And Guilford has a new police chief. Former acting chief Christian Kelly was sworn in following the resignation of his predecessor. The former chief is under investigation by the Attorney General's office. Kelly has been with the department for more than 20 years.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Jane Young sworn in as U.S. Attorney for New Hampshire. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Jane Young is now the new U.S. Attorney for the District of New Hampshire. She was sworn in at the federal courthouse in Concord yesterday as the chief federal law enforcement officer in the state. She worked for the State Department of Justice for 30 years. After the ceremony, Young said she will work tirelessly to ensure that federal laws are enforced.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Manhunt for correction officer and capital murder suspect. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News.
The food, the treats, the toys.
Tractor Supply, for the pets we love out here.
The nationwide manhunt for that escaped murder suspect and that corrections officer in Alabama. Newly released surveillance showing Vicky White and Casey White, not related, leaving the jail together. The sheriff's office now saying the veteran officer and the suspect have a, quote, special relationship back to 2020. U.S. Marshals releasing photos of a car the pair may now be using.
Hi, everyone. George Stefano.
Okay, there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for your morning news update right here on the Riley King Radio Network. Thank you for tuning in and listening. Have a great day, everyone.